all done but the crying and gnashing of teeth.
Boss,
Yeah.
7:30 read.
tomorrow in practice?
Pardon me?
Can we come in tomorrow in practice?
No.
He was like, I don't want you all here. I want to be by myself.
I might not even be here tomorrow.
Okay.
Now we're on
Going
the
up to the
7
lake.
bone rib.
Oh, nice.
What section is that?
7
Indomere.
Oh, you're going to Invermere?
I think so, yeah.
Right on.
It depends on the road conditions, though. Like if I can't go, I can't go, but that's where I want to go.
Where's that again, Abe?
Oh, man.
Oh, sorry. It's actually coming from my arse.
Okay, this is not an FCO rib, which means it's got the fat cap on. FCO means fat cap off.
Yeah. Usually we don't have to peel that thing off.
Yeah, but this is the way they've been sending. I order FCO ribs, but what's that?
So
Yeah,
that's
that'll come
fat
off too.
cap on.
This is fat cap on, so you have to decide what to do with that fat cap.
Is that FCO? Is that fat cap a tender piece?
Not really. It's more like a short rib. Is the best description of it.
Oh, so you can make boneless short ribs out of them?
Okay. Yeah, you make boneless short ribs. We call it rib cap, actually, is what the proper name for it is.
Stuffing added.
So just know which is the nicer side. This is our roast side, which is where the blade was. Just remember that. This has got a little bigger eye muscle, so if I can get a better price for ribeyes or products that are a little nicer, I'll use the best end for it.
Which is always the bigger side.
Yeah, it's a bigger eye muscle.
To throw in the
So
video.
here you want to keep everything as square as possible. Don't come off at an angle like this when you take this off. Keep it square.
ribs.
What's that?
Two ribs?
2 ribs.
And off the other side, 2 ribs.
And now I take it over to the saw, make a decision on taking the tail off. I want to finger a tail on my steaks and my roast. If you get too close to the eye, and you're right on the eye and you don't have that finger, I'll take some marks off. I mean, it's as simple as that. If you leave too much tail on, I'll take some marks off. You want to finger a tail. Again, make sure that this is nice and square so that this is as square as possible. So you don't need to take off too many edges. This is an expensive piece. It's one of the middle cuts again.
Are you going to start with the roast section?
I'm going to start with the steak
Rib
section.
Steak section?
The bone-in steaks.
The ribs.
So most companies, this is their spec, is to knife cut these. The key here is to keep these as even as possible when you're cutting them. Don't try and cut them too thin. It's really hard to make a nice looking steak if you cut it too thin. It's as simple as that. And these are barbecue steaks, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
Great.
So,
Don't need to marinate those babies.
Sometimes they'll cut right through, right?
yeah, just like that.
Usually every second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do 4 in one.
Me too.
Now here you've got that same decision to make that you did on the strip. Hi Brian, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. It's okay. Yeah. And I didn't get any lamb shanks. I forgot all about you, my friend. I'm a bad butcher. But here you have to make that decision on whether you do 2 or 3.
I'd say
and
2.
I think if you try to do 3, you're going to screw up on one of them. I know you are.
Or cut too thin of one anyway.
So
Nice.
and it's going to look better. It's going to be a nicer looking steak.
It'll still be less than 10 bucks.
Absolutely.
Just keep it like that, Abe, and we'll stuff it.
Yeah. When are we going for beers though? I'm meeting Middleton and some other guys on May 2nd. See if
I'm trying to go to May 2nd.
where are you going? Olds, eh?
Old college?
So, okay. Well, I'll phone you again and then you phone me.
I'll leave your phone number again because it's
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to you. I'll give you a shout.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Where were we?
You find it crazy when
Okay. Presentation side, I don't worry about slope here. I'm not concerned about slope at all. What I'm concerned about is showing the least amount of bone.
Side.
So you trim it the same as your presentation side, right? Isn't it so much nicer to work with a piece that you don't need to play with for 2 hours?
Yeah. Some specs are bone apple,
Some companies, yeah. Some companies may have that. Yeah, they'd want to see the bone. You just have to find out whatever company spec is again.
So you wouldn't take out any loud properties?
No, I didn't find that too offensive. I think I like it actually. I think that looks nice. That's my own personal taste.
This is good.
That's getting a bit big, yeah, and I will dig a little bit of that out. Again, bone side, non-bone side, and I trim it the same way it's going to be trayed.
Yeah, it really turns a 10-minute job into a 45-minute job.
When you're taking the fat out,
Well, he had just the worst one.
I had
all
one
year.
like, I had one like that
It was
too.
ugly,
Yeah.
dog bone ugly.
Even the fat on the bone side was really
But
big.
I made it look pretty good, I think.
Pretty darn good.
Pretty.
So how's my time? Am I panicking yet? No. No.
15 minutes.
15 minutes to 11 o'clock. Which is timed perfectly.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, you have another hour.
Now you don't have
You had
time to
another
get
hour.
You have another
Yeah, we had a
hour.
half-hour break too.
15 minutes.
It was more than 15 minutes. I told you guys 15 minutes, and guess what? It
The
was more like about 20,
stragglers
25
the
minutes.
stragglers came in.
I'm just joking. I expected that. Now, you can bone it like straight from here and around, but you make a nicer image of your bone if you leave that little bit of tail meat on the bone. Then it doesn't go into your trim either. Yeah, that's a bone and roll rib roast.
Because they want us to try and make them like that when we start the whole
Yeah, exactly.
Take them around.
So if you take this and then tie it back on like this after, according to the contrary, no, it doesn't. Those are you only
the
do
other
them if
way.
you're on special, or unless you've got a service meat case. But it yeah, excellent. Nothing wrong with that.
except when we throw them out. They want us to perform when they're just
Yeah, but you should be making steaks or ribeyes out of them if they don't sell, right? So then I just take off a little bit of the fat. I've got a little bit more meat on the end of this
Standing
now.
rib bones.
And these standing rib bones look a little nicer. And the standing rib bones should be priced a little higher than your trim. They should be like $8, $9 a kilo, whereas your extra lean ground beef might be $7.99 a kilo. So you get a little bit more money for these bones. So make them look good.
Have them standing up.
Now these do look better if you tie them.
Ribeye.
Don't worry about it. If you don't want to tie them, don't tie them. But they do look nicer.
Get my marks.
Yeah, full marks anyway. But if you trim them nice and do a good job.